it's Anya here, and I'm back with another video for Ophelia Talks. And recently we've had problems sourcing these organza bags that we use to pack our yarn. I've just put some of my stash colours in there, as you can see. But at one point, one of our moderators said, why don't you make your own bag? So there we go. I have designed our own organza bag to put our yarn in, and it fits perfectly. We've got 16 balls of yarn in here. Look at that. And it's drawstring closure, of course, and of course, you know, I put tassels on it. So there we go. I have solved our problem. We can make our own organza bags. So let's get started. So for this project you will need 2 balls of Wendy Supreme Cotton Love. It's a DK yarn and it's made of acrylic cotton, so it gives us a little bit of stretch but not too much. I am using a 3.5, although the yarn is prescribed for a 4 hook, so I'm using the hook that I usually use for DK. I've got a darning needle and scissors, of course. And if you also want to make the tassels, you will need a measure for making your strands for the tassel and fabric scissors, so you can cut through all the strands in one go. So to get started, we're going to make a slip knot, insert the hook, and we are going to chain 59. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I will see you when you have 59 chains. 58, 59. So now I have 59 chains, and for row 2 we are going to place 1 double crochet in the 5th stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the 5th one. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, and yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So this is your first box made, and we are going to be making boxes in this row. So what we will be doing is chain 1, skip 1, this one here, and then a double crochet in the next one. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next one. Now your initial chain should be about 30 centimeters, and when we put row 2 on top of that, it will become a little bit longer. And this is how you will continue until the end of the row. Just getting to the end of the row, so skip 1, and then the last chain I will need to do a double crochet in there. And so it all worked out, which is good. There we go. So now I have 28 boxes. So now we're going to chain 1, U-turn, so this is row 3, and this will be the row that you will have to keep on repeating. So we are going to do a double crochet in the first stitch. Voila. Chain 1, skip 1, so we're going to skip the chain, and then on top of the double crochet here we're going to place a double crochet. Now usually you would put it here just under the strands of the V, but I find that opens up and it's not so nice. So what I try and do is go into this location here, so just a little bit further down in there, see, and that means your double crochet sits very nicely on top of the one below. So let me show you that again. I just go into there. So that's the location I go into. And once you get used to it, it's sort of, you need a slightly different angle, but it does work. And this is of course how you're going to continue your row. And so here, when you get here, you will have to find that third chain, because that is representative of the last double crochet there. So you're going to chain 1, turn, do a double crochet in that first stitch, chain 1 and a double crochet on top of the double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet on top of the double crochet. So when you get to the end of the row, you will have to sort of tip the work towards you to find that last V to go under to place your double crochet. So you will now have to do 5 rows of this. So I have now done 5 rows of boxes, but to make this piece of fabric in the shape that we need to create a gusset and with the sugar back corners, we are going to have to increase. So the width now is about 34 centimeters, but we need also the side. So this is the base. Now we're going to make the sides, the wide sides, but also the narrow sides. And to do that, we need to increase here and we need to increase here. So to get started, it's very easy because we are just going to add chains. So in this case, we're going to add 12 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12 chains. Once again, we're going to turn. Then in the 5th one, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, you're going to place a double crochet. There we go. So this is your first box made. So then we're going to keep on making boxes. So chain 1, skip 1, and then use the next one. And you keep on doing this until you reach the main part of our bag here again, the one that we've already done. And it should work out that in fact you're now skipping 1 and then we're doing 1 on top of the double crochet. Okay, so if it doesn't work out, then you'll have to redo this part. So we've now added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes to our row, and we are going to continue. So I'm going to continue until the end of the row. That's where I will show you how we are going to be adding stitches there. So I've made it to the end of the row, just finding that last V to go under. Now, here we now have to add also those 5 boxes, just the way we did here. But if we use the same technique, we'll be upper level. So we will be chaining and then coming back, and then we'll be at the level of the next row. And really, that's not where we need to be. We need to be on this level here, so on the same level as the row we've just done. So we're going to try and magically make these stitches come out of thin air. Okay, let me show you. So we're going to chain 1 for, of course, the chain at the top here. Then we are going to yarn over for the double crochet that we're going to be doing, but we need to do a chain at the base here. So we're going to yarn over again for the chain. Then you're going to go and find any location here. Now I can see there's the V here that we went in just now. That's fine. Go in there, pull up a loop. And now we need to make a chain first. but we are going to have to make the chain with these 2 loops. So you yarn over and you go through the first 2 loops. There we go. So we've made our first chain, and now we're going to do our double crochet. And we've made our first box. Okay, let's do that again. So you chain 1 for your chain 1 here for your box. Then you yarn over twice. Now we're going to insert, but not too close here, because this first stitch here is our chain, our base chain. So we're going to go just past that into sort of this location here, try to pick up 2 strands, and you're going to pull up a loop, and then you make a chain, but with the first 2 loops. Okay, now we're ready to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and we have made our second box. Chain 1, yarn over twice, into that location here, just past this stitch. Yeah, any location is fine, but just make sure that you have that little space here, okay, to make that base. So did my chain with the 2 loops there, pull through 2 and pull through 2. There we go, I've made 3 boxes. Again, chain, yarn over twice, picking up 2 strands or whatever you can pick up, making your chain with 2 strands there, then doing your double crochet. Voila, we've made 4 boxes and we need 5 boxes, so we are going to do that again. I've got 1 strand, 2 strands, there we go. I'm going to make my chain with 2 strands. Oh, that split a bit, there we go, double crochet, done. So we now have made a row of boxes extra on the side at the same level as on the other side, as this last row here, as row 7. Now we are going to do row 8. So chain 1, turn, double crochet in that first stitch, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the double crochet, and we are now back to doing the rows as we know them, just simply making boxes all along the row, and we are going to have to do quite a few rows. Okay, so this now has increased in width to be wide enough for our bag, but also to make a side for our bag. So now from 28 boxes we have gone to 38 boxes because we've added 5 and 5. So our work is a little bit wider, and that's what we are going to need. So you're now going to make rows until you have done 47 rows, and that's starting counting from the base. So good luck, and remember you have to make 2 panels, so you might as well start the second one already. So I am back with my panel, and indeed, yes, I have made, look at that. So this was my base, this was where we made it wider, and then I have worked all the way until I had row 47. So starting counting from the base, row 47, I'm just finishing that one with the last stitch here. And of course, yes, you are going to have to make a second panel of this. So I have already done that. There we go. So you will need 2 panels, 47 rows with these bits missing here. just like you would when you in stitching, in sewing, you are going to make sugar bag corners. That's how we are going to create this bag. So to get started with joining, we are going to place both our panels on top of each other like this. We're then going to join the sides, then we're going to join the base, and then here we're going to join the corners. So I'll show you how to do that in a moment. So let's get started with joining the sides. Okay, so starting with a slip knot, you insert your hook, and we're going to join the long sides on the side of the bag. So I'm going to find here that larger V, and then here, of course, I should have put this end in. I haven't yet, but this is sort of the location where you have to put your hook in there. Then with the working yarn, you're going to make a single crochet to get started. Voila. Then we chain one, go into the first box there, and do a single crochet, chain one. So I go around the body of the actual double crochet on the side, then here I go in between that chain and the double crochet, because otherwise it gets too thick. So there we go, in between there, picking up the body of the double crochet on the other side. Make sure you tally up your boxes here. Okay, so tally up the rows so you're not going skew-if, because of course at the end here it has to work out. Don't do this too tightly, work nice and loose, because you want to have some stretch in this. We haven't made the bag too big, so it's going to have to stretch nicely around those balls of yarn. So don't make the join too tight so it doesn't stretch along. So here we go. I have made it all the way to the end. I've just done a last chain. Then here I have that last box. I'm just going to put 2 single crochets in there just to make it nice and sturdy. So that is that. So we're going to cut off this yarn. So you're going to make this join on the other side as well, and on the base. Okay, so you can go ahead and do that. So I've now joined this side, and the base, and I have here this situation here. So we have a piece missing from our bag, or so it seems. So what you do now is you take both panels like this and you open them up, and look, your joins are going to come to the same place. This and this is going to be joined like this. So we're going to get started here, and we're going to go all the way across and to there, and this will create our flat base, our gusset, our side, and will allow for the 8 balls, to be able to sit in our bag, or at least, 16 balls, but 8 on one level. So once again, we are going to make our slip knot, insert the hook, and you're going to get started. Now also make sure that you are tallying up your boxes here. Okay, so on this side, count really well. There we go. So I've got this one here, so I'm going to go into that one, and I'm going to do 2 single crochets, chain 1, then into the next box for a single crochet and a chain 1, and so on. And keep on making sure that you are tallying up your boxes here. Yeah, I'm in the box before the join, so that's perfect. And if you need to do an extra single crochet just to bridge the gap a little bit, then please do so. So now we have this join here. I'm just going to try and pick up something here bring it up and do a single crochet, then go over to the other side and pick up a V there as well, just so, and bring it through, just so that everything is well connected here. So just do any stitches that you think that you might need, just to, you know, connect it all together. A slip stitch or a single crochet, that's fine. There we go. We did 2 on the other side in that box, so I'm going to do that here as well. Chain 1 to bridge the gap over the double crochets, single crochet, chain 1, and again here, and then here. Yeah, we had that one there, so I'm going to do a chain 1 and a single crochet in there, and I think that has made a nice join across our bag. And now, of course, yes, I'm going to have to sew in the ends. Of course, you are going to have to do this on the other side as well. Look, I've already done that like magic. Okay, and as you can see now, it does give you the shape. This is the base, and this now here, if you look at it like this, look, this is the side of our bag. So this, of course, is the inside of our bag because we have the joints. So we're going to sew in the ends, turn it all inside out, and then, of course, we're going to have to make a string as well to tie it closed. So I'll be back to show you how to do that. So to make the drawstring, we are going to use 2 strands. So I have 1 strand coming from the outside of the ball and 1 strand coming from the inside of the ball. Okay, so I have 2 strands here. We're going to make a slip knot. I'm just going to make it with both the strands because that makes life so much easier. We won't be using them like that, but never mind, it's just for the first stitch. Okay, so then one of the strands you're going to sort of hold to the front. Then the second strand you're going to hold as usual. You're going to put your hook in between the 2 strands. You pick up the front strand from the back. You pick up the back strand from the front. So you now have 1, 2 loops on your hook as well as your loop, of course. And you pull through this one through these 2. So 1, 2. Well, actually, there were 3 because, of course, I had 2 there, but it is considered to be 1. So now we just have the 1, front, back, pull through. So you go and pick up the front one, you go and pick up the back one. The back one is the one that you're going to use to pull through the 2 loops on your hook. And this way, you're going to create a thicker drawstring than just a chain. I mean, a chain would also work, but I like my drawstring to have a little bit more, how should I say it, substance to it. So it's a little bit thicker, a little bit stronger maybe, and a little bit better to just pull, and it doesn't hurt your, your hands when you're pulling the string. So this is how you are going to continue. Okay, so I have made my 2 drawstrings. They're each just about 75 centimeters or 30 inches. So now we're going to have to weave them in and then, of course, connect them together. So I have not cut off one of them here, but the second one I did cut off, but I did leave, sort of longish ends, so I can still connect the ends together. Oh my goodness. So yes, now I have a bag. So this bag now has a base and a wide side. So this is the side kind of thing. And then when you look down into it, you will see, look, can you see there is like the flat base, the sides, and then these sides here. So now, of course, the question is, are my balls going to fit in there? Now this is the way to do it. So this is also how we pack these bags. So you're going to roll it up like this. So you've got sort of the height of the first ball, of the first sort of level that we're going to put in there. What I do is I take 2 balls in my hands like this and I wiggle them in to fit down there, sort of in that corner down below. So I'm holding everything here and I fit it in there. Then I take 2 more balls. I've just taken some balls out of my collection here, so you know it's not a particular pack or anything. So now you've got 6 balls in there, and you think, but you'd need to just push it down a little bit, and there we go. So we have our 8 balls in there, and you just need to tell them where they should sit. So 2, 2, 2, 2. There we go. So those are the first 8 balls in there. So now we have our first level packed. Now for the second level, let me move the camera up slightly. And again, same thing. One hand to open the bag, the other hand to put the balls in on one side. 2 by 2. They go in and fill up the bag. So then when you have your 6 here, you just press those 6 down a bit and you put in the last 2. And once again, you just need to tell them exactly where to go. But this, oh look, that black bun is a little bit out of sync there, is a great way to keep your balls, to keep your packs as they are together. One last thing we need to do now is to add our drawstring. So I've made my loop a little bit longer here. I'm going to put this on my darning needle here in the hopes that this would help me for weaving in and out of my bag. So here on the join, I'm going to start weaving in and out. Now, it's not going to matter if you do this in this one or this one. I'm just choosing to do it in the last one because I think it'll be fine. I'm going to also just start weaving in and out. If it doesn't work out here, then we'll just have 2 boxes to bridge. If it does work out, well, then it does work out. And you go in and out, in and out. So pull it gently as well. So you've got your end nearly at the end here, so you know you're not to pull that anymore. And now you just keep on going in and out, in and out. So I will see you when you're in the location over here where you have started. So I'm nearly at the end here. So here is my join. I need to come out of here. And in fact, I go in here and I come out of here. So it works out. If it doesn't work out for you, just skip a box, okay? So now, of course, we are going to join these 2 together. So I'm going to make it quite easy on myself. So pull the loop again so it gets smaller. Go over to the other side, find somewhere to go into. And of course, this is a drawstring, so we have a little bit more than just a chain to go into. So I've picked up 2 strands there. That's fine. I managed to go in and I picked up 2 strands. Yarn the yarn around, of course, from the bit that you're working from. So from this side here, and pull it through the loop on your hook. Then pull everything through and then maybe even tie a knot. Now we are going to hide this in a tassel, so it doesn't need to be pretty, it just needs to be functional, and that's more important here. So you have got to make sure that this is not going to come undone. So I'm just going to tie another knot. I'm going to leave the ends because we will just incorporate those into the tassel, so nothing is lost there. And if it should come undone, we still have all this to tie it again. So you're now going to do the same thing with your second drawstring, but we're going to get started from this side here. So find the join and do the opposite here. So here we are coming out, we're going over the join. So now I'm going to go under the join. So here, try to work out what you need to do so that you're doing the opposite. So here you're under, so you have to go over here, under here. There we go. And we've got lift off. So do the opposite to what you have done with the previous drawstring, and make sure you sort of lay it next to it. There we go. So we have started, going to pull it all the way through. Oh, no, not that far. Leave it out a little bit and then keep going in and out until you get to the start again. So I'm just about to get to where we started, and I'm just going to go past the middle here and then come out here, just so, and this will be where we are going to connect. And that's fine, because of course we can't be there because of the way the boxes work. So that's okay. And then of course here we're going to do the same thing, connect both the strands, both the end with the start, and then let's make some tassels. And of course now we can close our bag, and yes, it does close. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy it works. So let's make the tassels. Okay, so for my tassels, I have my chocolates box, I've got my fabric scissors, and I will also use my darning needle. And of course I have my yarn here. I'm going to take the end, wind it round my box. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 24, 25 revolutions. Cut off the yarn, then cut off the strands from your box. Always works better when you're not doing it on camera. Never mind. Pick up all your strands, don't let go. Okay, so hold them there. This here is the middle. So now take your drawstring and see which ones. This one is the longest. Okay, so I'm going to put this one through my tassel here, like so, and I'm going to tie it with the other one. So I've got the middle, there we go. Then you can let go and you pull down all the strands. So you've now got the ends of your drawstring into your tassel as well, and that's fine because then they're gone and we don't have to do anything with them. Now we're going to take another piece of yarn, or just the yarn that you're working with, lay it onto your tassel like so, and you're going to have to start winding it around. Of course you can't wind it here, so you've got to sort of hold on to this, then start winding for me with my left hand, which makes it a little bit more difficult, but never mind. So pull really well, start winding, and once you've got a few revolutions around there, it will start feeling much better, and you're just going to make a nice band. Keep tensioning it really well. There we go. Okay, and now we're going to cut off. Take your darning needle, put it on the end. Like I say, it's always easier to do this not having to worry about it being in the viewfinder. There we go. And now you go into here, come out, and you're going to pull this quite tightly into there. There we go. Our tassel is made. And now we're going to bring out all the ends like so. Big scissors to cut them off all in one go and make your tassel nice and straight at the end. And of course you're going to have to do this for the other one as well, and then you will have two nice tassels on your bag. I hope you have enjoyed making this project. I have certainly enjoyed designing it for you because I can see this as being a really practical object to have, not only to keep your balls of yarn in, to keep your packs together, but also to pack your blanket in once you have made it. Do please like this video, share it if you would like others to make this project as well. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!